concept again so that you can sleep over it. Then tomorrow we do a deeper dive into it. So quickly, yes. Any questions? I assume that there is no question, right? So I'm gonna take this so that you guys can see. So guys, now we have developed our entity right. There's one thing that is so common to all applications. Data is gonna be sent at one point in time to another application, to another class, to another service, to another device, or something like that. So, for example, we would want to send a simple farmers to an external application, let's say GMB or ZFC. So, how do we send our data? We need to serialize it. Do we serialize it? Convert it to JSON, convert it to XML if there is need to do. So the most perfect way to do that is to create a class that can be serialized easily, converted to JSON easily, do any kind of forms at any point in time when our application is running. So this kind of thing is called a DTO. So basically what I'm saying by DTO is just a data transfer object. So for example, a farmer there's something that is echoing. Please mute your mics if you don't have any questions, so that the quality of the video will be a bit better.
Dar es Salaam.
I don't know who that is, but can you please mute your mic? So here, I'm gonna say FarmerDto, representing that this is a farmer data transfer object, right? And I click enter, then I add it to Git. What does data DTO extend to? It extends what is called a base DTO. Exactly, the same concept with what we have been doing all the time. So this class is not an entity, but is a data class because it carries data. So I'm using Lombok to do that, annotate this thing so that it becomes a data class. So I will come here. What I will need here, firstly, I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna do this. Then because I don't have this, I'm gonna say out enter, then import that class in Farmer, then and I'll save this. Because now I've changed something to do with the relationships, I'm gonna run my application so you guys, so that IntelliJ can create the relationships. So before initialize, but it's giving me this error. I can't alter a table farmers or draw foreign keys from that farmer because I can't drop it and stuff like that. Then the result is omitted. I'll tell you why tomorrow. I'll tell you why tomorrow. But anyone who can think of a reason why he's failing to do that. So now Mr. Vincent has finished his business, coming into the meeting. Anyone who can think of a reason why it's failing, it's throwing this error?
Yeah, I think muFarmerDto rakanzi properties pane pakanzi create. I think that one is updated.
Yeah. Something like that related to that. But here it's saying now that your table, farmer and district are related, I now need to first drop the table, right? Then after dropping the table, then I can recreate the relationship. But in Hibernate, as Mbayo is saying, we are not dropping, we are creating. So it's saying, Abash, what can I do? What can I do if you are giving me so ambiguous things? But we are happy that it's actually communicating and updating our database. Perfectly fine. We don't worry about that. Let's just continue with the business of the session. The business of the session being creating what we call DTOs. So basically your DTO, you create it using your fields in here. Because if you are going to be sending a farmer code to Mbayiwa, you need his first name, last name, ID number, numbers like the phone, latitude, longitude, the district where he comes from, the district and the village also. So you're just gonna copy these things and you go to FarmerDto, and inside here you put in the fields. But now, because you're not gonna be communicating with the database and this is not an entity, then we're gonna remove all these things because we don't need these annotations. We just need the fields. The fields are the most important things that we need. Right. Yeah. So this is what we're gonna end up with. And I'm gonna format this so that it becomes neater. This is gonna be neater because these concepts are the most fundamental concepts that you need to grasp a lot much better, because now we are going into the deeper waters, right, of developing a REST web services. So you aren't gonna see a YouTube video that explains about DTOs, and guys, it's a concept that's gonna be difficult for you to master if you don't follow here. Ask as many questions so that I can explain to you, so that tomorrow when we are now developing our REST web service, we are very fair and fine to shoot into the deeper waters. So this is basically what you do. So this should implement serializable. Because at some point we will need to serialize it, convert it to one form to the other form, from JSON to JSON, from object to JSON, from JSON to object. So our farmer will take any different kinds of forms when we want to send it. So it will be very easy for us to send this farmer using this DTO. The fields like as version and stuff like that, we're gonna get them from this nigger cost-based DTO. So long ID and version also will be needed, right? Perfect. So I think we are good to go to develop a REST-based web service. So I don't know if I can start developing that now, but let's just do this for a district. So I'm gonna create quickly a district DTO here. Then we're gonna do this. Then we're gonna add. Then we're gonna extend this entity. Then we're gonna implement serializable. Serializable, right? Perfect. Then we're gonna go into district. Then we're gonna copy these fields. I don't know if I'm the one. but it seems like brother Mbayua, brother, Bishop Fries is the one who wrote this class. Guys, I can't wait to see you guys write million lines of code into this application. So perfect. Now here's our DTO. What we do want to do here is data. Lombok will provide the necessary required at any point in time. Right? Is this good? This looks good. Let's do it for province also. Let's do it for province also.
Chief,
Hello.
I think per DTO name at the best indeed instead of best DTO.
Ah, thank you. Thank you. Someone is listening at least and also following. That's why I need. Right. They cannot create a class on me. What should I do? Then I'll do DTO here. Then it's serious business. Then we do this. Then as the Fritz is saying, there's GTO, right? Perfectly, then we implement our serializable, and we're good to go. What do we need in here? We go to the province class, then we copy these two things. With the province like this, I think I will make this thing. Only. I want you guys to. And I don't want this. Then I will maybe get to data class. And that's when I need it. The data class, then this is perfectly fine. We are saving blah 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 blah. Cool. Are we good to go? Right. And I'm going to be in here. And seriously, we have made a mistake. This is what we do want to do. Then I'm gonna remove this thing, and then I'm gonna remove this thing. Yeah. Perfect. Now I've created my DTOs. I want to create what is called a service. Right. This is a higher level of software development where we want to expose our database to clients that will be using our application. So it's not really a class that I'm gonna create here, but I'm gonna go into Farmer. I don't know how to separate all these things. Then I need something like service. So I'm gonna say service here. So inside the service here, I'm gonna create a class that's gonna be an interface. Perfect. Guys, I didn't intend to come this far, but basically what we'll be doing tomorrow, we'll be implementing our service and extending our application to be high level in such a way that we will be able to send our data into the database. Let's say we want to give it a name or something like that, then we can use this farmer service to connect to the database. So today, I think I'm done. I wouldn't want to start this. I just want you to digest DTOs, why we need them, why we use them. But before we cut ties, guys, just one more time, have a look at how I'm committing my code. I click here, then I come here to the button where it's saying commit the changes. Then I share with you the changes that I'm sharing. Then at this point in time, I'm gonna give it a commit message that added details. Then commit, this will be committed. Then I come back to my application, then I share this. Then I will be here. And to here, I come here, then I will say this is push. Push. When we push our service, then it's pushing. Right.
So interface and
It was a class. I didn't create an interface, but tomorrow I'm gonna create the interface. I just wanna go back into. I just want you guys to go and just have a reflection of what we did today. Emphasize much. Read about DTOs, JSON, JSON, XML, all the data formats. Read about the serializable class, the inheritance. Just have a look at the code, see what we are trying to do, and maybe I will send you a list of packages that I want you to do. But they are a bit different from what we have been doing all the time. I expect a high level of perfection now, and I expect more contribution of code in going forward so that everyone now comes to speed practically in this course. So we are not gonna be lazing around anymore. We are now doing real stuff now. So don't worry about the service model now, but just create the same package. Make sure that it runs, it creates to the database, it updates the database, and also all sort of things. So now let's go into quickly. Let me come to my GitHub repo. And I share with you. And I share with you my GitHub repo. Quatan. This is it, right? So I'll go to Farmer. Then I'll do a pull request. Then I'll do a new pull request. From then I'll create a pull request. Then I'll some reason manage pull request. Oh, I see what's happening now. I'm doing wrong things here. So from master compared to farmer. Right, this is the correct way. So I was sorry guys, I was doing the opposite. Oh, right. Now it indicated that we uncommented this and stuff like that. To just give you a rundown of the changes that you did. This, and we created the FarmerDto, what, then the province DTO, the district DTO, and stuff like that. So this is how you compare. Make sure the branch that you are on is on your right, then the base branch that you are pushing to is on your left. Then you hit the green button, then you create your pull request. Then you are good to go. Then you see the green and you confirm the merge. Then you are ready to join Silicon Valley companies as a software developer. So if I choose to come here, and I choose to come here, and I go into contract farming, then in contract farming, I go into main, Java contract farming, I can see all these things, then let's say district, you can see all the files are updated on master. Then perfect, everyone is happy, I'm happy. I'm happy to release you guys. If you feel it's too much, any questions? Linva, speak to me.
Okay, Chief, in a question.
Yeah, ask me a question.
I wanted to ask our Pachino's implementer serializable.
Yes.
What's going on, Papa?
Right. Let me come here in district. Here. So I'll go into farmer actually, because farmer is much more. I'll close the province that Java. Close this thing. Close this thing. Java. Right. So Garo, you can see this thing, right? This is our entity called farmer. So in our database, we have a record whereby we have an ID of that farmer. We have the first name, the surname, the ID number, the phone number, the latitude, the longitude, the district, the village, right? In a record like this. You come to speed with this tomorrow. So this thing now is in a database. But let's say we are connected to the GMB application. And the one GMB order one contract farming project in Indiana. How do we send that data to that application? How do we send it?
Sorry, sir, what's your question?
Let's say in our database we have 100 farmers that we want to send to a GMB application. But when our Angorma records are, let's say Excel and ARPA Excel, but to send one you are opening application, what do we do?
API.
So you want to take people from one database more submitting application?
Yes.
Database to one application. Don't you but it is imported. Don't you import the information?
Yeah, but if you import, how are you gonna insert into the GMB application to that other application? you'll find kuti kuapplication ikoko vanenge vasina vanogona kunge vasingaite zvekuchengeta longitude nelatitude, kana kuti vanenge vachingoda nhamba dzake dzefoni, id nhamba dzake, kana last name yake, kana first name yake nenhamba dzake dzefoni. Vanhu vane ma-requirements akasiyana siyana.
Kuda.
Hello?
Hello. I think tonongo create ka API kanoenderana nezvavari kuda.
Exactly. You see now. So mune mafanira kucreate API renyu rekuti muasendere data iroro. Anditika. Saka API ndo rinenge richiita import kutaura nagaro. We import our database using our API. Then our API will send that data to the other system. Saka masystem anongotaurirana kuti alright, iwewe une data rakadai so, alright. Saka ndakunoinseta mudatabase mangu. Zvava zvatokommunicate masystem otoita sei. User anongo selecta mafarmers akada kusenda kuGMB. Then over send. But not send, API rotanga kuita data racho. So in order to do that, you will see that you need to convert your data. Data rako are send very object like this. You won't send a class. You won't send it as a class. You will send it in another format, which may be JSON, XML, or message, JSON, and any other data format that you may wish to send. But it depends now kuti system yauri kusendera inonzwisisa messaging format ipi. Mamwe anonzwisisa imwe inonzi XML, mamwe anonzwisisa inonzi JSON, mamwe anonzwisisa JSON and stuff like that. Mamwe anonzwisisa CSV. So in order to convert our Java object into any other format, we need to implement this serializable class. This serializable class.
Saka, okay, I think was it SpringBoot here? I can't remember, but some dependencies by choose the API. It means with like every application of the API for these kind of situations.
Yeah, nowadays it's stupid to build your application not in the form of an API, because one way or the other you need to share your information. So the easiest way to share data is through an API among applications. That's why now pipeline. You are very right. Pipeline select a Spring REST web, Spring Web REST and those are vangandichiitira because ndiri kuziva kuti panouya nemamwe mafunctions anozotibatsira kucreate REST API. That's why we needed to add this dependency. So you will see that it will be much easier for us to create a REST API because there are a whole lot of branches that we gonna have. And na JSON watorimo waritorimo muno. Ana JSON API nezvimwe zvese zvirimo muno. Saka kungogwina zvinhu zvakagara zvakaiswa kudhara, then totozvishandisa. Then we are good to go.
Okay, thanks a lot.
Serialization. Serialization is like changing from one form to another, and from that another form to another form, and back to another form. Saka kangoro ka interface kanouya kari muJava IO system. Saka tongonyorwa nowakomana anogona code. Vakatotiita saka dzese serialization dzine dzirimo imomo.
Vanogona code.
Vakomana vanogona code baba. Saka angogara wakupai zvese. Kudhara tichiri part 1 part 2 patainyora indakakoda madriver kaproject yaramba kuita. Tanga kunyora driver reproject yaramba kuita mani. Saka ndaizoshandisa izvozvo zvana serialization izvozvo. Ndichinyora madriver angu ndichiserialize, communicate with JSON. Zvimajuno zvese zviya zvandakanyora zvimadriver zvacho mani. So That's how it is. But now you guys are born in the information age. You can just have serialization at your own peril. It's up to you to just innovate. Then you are good to go. So guys, I want you now to clone the GitHub repo and wait for me. I'm just gonna send you the packages that I want you to do, because we have done modeling a bit, designing database. I'm gonna give you some packages that are a bit little harder. So collaborate where possible so that you come with the best stuff mangwana. Inonakidzawo kuti kana takunyora ma-API, unotaura kuti ndakanyora API rangu, munhu wese anenge afamba achinyora API rake mangwana, tichitoenda tichitogadzira maservice, mumwe achigadzira rake. Patinopedza lecture, munhu wese anongopusha code yake, then we have the same API from everyone. Totongokombana toisa master main toziva kuti project yedu yapanapa. Then next week totanga kushandana na-postman manje tichiita zvatinenge tichiita. Then panopera mwedzi takuenda kuangular, takunyora angular dzedu dzichimhanya tichidira. Then next month takutsvaga maprojects ekuita manje, ekuti tinenge tichiona manje kuti vanhu vari kugona here, so that tichitsvaga mari kuti chinhu chedu chive chi-sustainable. So it's gonna be crazy, it's gonna be fun, but I'm wishing you all the best, guys. For those who are going to follow through this thing very closely and very seriously, pamunosvika muna December munenge mandande nematondande dzisingatombobatiki. Nditaura kuti dzimwe code totorota kuhope. Ndine mufana ato Jackson chairo, Jackson chairo zvekuti neniwo ndatomutya mufana yeye, but ndindakamuticha chavo. So guys, just hold on, rambai makadzvanya, do the tasks, come here with problems, let's solve them together, let's learn a lot of things. Now go and see kuti kana ungosingazivi kuti JSON chi, kana ungosingazivi kuti API chi, go search for it. How do you create an API? Go pachichichi, so that mangwana patinotanga create a REST redu unongosiri majaiva, unongorimo mukatimo uchijamba urimo, unongochivharwa zvako, but unoziva kuti at least tinoda kudhila nemhuka hwaya. Sakawo kana ukabatawo gumbo unorohwawo wombopidiguka womboita sei wombodzoka. But manje kana uchirwa nechinhu chausingazive manje, then there is much of a problem and your learning experience becomes very weak and you are likely to give up. But if you force yourself to go and research about what is an API, what is different data formats anoshandiswa nema-API, REST, SOAP, zvakasiyana pub, zvinofamba sei, that's the theoretical part. Then wait to assignment chakutumira. Mangwana unenge wato a different man like you are today. Unenge wakutoziva zvimwe zvinhu zvinowanda. Then you will see that even attachment yauri kuita, you are learning simple things. The harder things are these ones. And once you learn these things while you are young, when you get married, you won't have sleepless nights, because unenge wagara uri ndandina kudhara. Cool. Any questions?
Yeah, I want to ask you, pane ka era katari begita yakaita skamati izvezvi panye master patakuita sei?
Master makuclona rimwe manje. Makuclona master we contract farming. Kai mombokasiya, kai kangove ka playground kedu kuti munhu wese angonzwisisa kuti annotation chi, maven chi, things like that. Now we are now doing a proper thing. A proper thing.
Or so no branch then to my experiments to more branch.
Yeah, you clone master, then you branch off master. The way we usually do, but what's going to do is you're going to create a new folder called contract farming, or on your desktop, you just go and create a a folder against farm contract, and then inside that, over git init and it again. Then what git init, then over import a project from your clone from central repo. Clone a project here over samuchi farm contract. Then over run IntelliJ or run Maven clean install. Right, Maven clean install. Then we are good to go. Wavura Maven clean install wapedza, then over where pana up over what new branch, then over shansa maitrana with that farmer and uchidila ne contract, then over what contract or name a branch got contract, then over check out into that branch, then you start creating your package inside this thing called contract farming. Then you come here, you create your package here, contract, then you write your classes, you do your annotations. If there is need to create a relationship with farmer, then you do that. Then after you are finished, at the same point as we are, then you push your code, you do your merge request, then tomorrow we meet again. You read about REST web services, then tomorrow you come into the lecture, then we proceed.
Okay.
Anyone else?
Yeah, sounds like Mr. Kuda.
Bana,
So you are going to post in the WhatsApp group, and
yeah, I'm going to post in the WhatsApp group. But this time around, guys, take this thing seriously because we want to do it in a serious way. We can't be wasting time or your time doing nothing. Let's take things serious. My video chatswaga to send it by.
all right, Chief, thanks.
Thanks.
Thanks. I noted. I will take this seriously. Thanks.
Thanks, Armana.
Yeah, pulato akalili give meza. Akalili
Yeah.
give katangwa pfure kakatita to.
Mnemato bo na December mnemato zvimwe zvivanu. Mukadzi nototyisa. Zvimwe zvivanu. Mnemato genga riya rakaita.
Tena nezvikarwe.
Hanza pano payuze vakaipa. Saka by that man mnemapiwa any project.
Harina rozvigure. Sitata kutonetsa pa H-Town apo.
Mangwana mu recording, mangwana I think then this is pakaipa.